You're very welcome back. Now, Love Sensation is a new two-day music and arts festival aimed at LGBT plus folk, taking place on August 17th and 18th in the Royal Hospital in Dublin's Kilmainham. Stars like Lily Allen, Khalees, Gossip and Clean Bandit will be headlining alongside the stars of the Irish gay scene.
And we have some of them here. Drag superstars Victoria's Secret and Davina Devine join us now, along with promoter of Love Sensation, Cormac Cashman, who hasn't made the effort. I'm only joking.
It's an awful shame, Cormac. I think you girls have enough glitter and sequins and fringing to cover the three.
For the whole studio.
That's very true. Well, you're very welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Davina, it's a year since I was in with you.
It is. You're my drag sister.
I'm your drag sister.
You were made over, were you?
I was transformed.
She was.
And
Did you have a drag name?
Anaphylactic.
Anaphylactic.
That was it. Anaphylactic.
Oh, there I am.
There she is.
Wow.
Oh, it was amazing. So this is your Thursday night show, Davina,
It is
isn't
every
it?
Thursday. It's my 10 years. I'm doing the show with the George 10 years this year. It's called Thirsty Thursdays. It's all kind of craziness. I would say Thirsty Thursday, Sick Day Friday. So
Oh, wow, okay.
they kind of go hand in hand these days.
You're definitely out at your show.
Oh, listen, I'm always out. There's never an in with me.
Anna, you look amazing. You've been doing the show a long time, but when did you get into drag and what was that
About
early
7:30
stage
this
like?
morning.
I didn't want to ask that question either because it'd be like everyone asked me, but how long does it take to get ready?
Too long.
Right.
I think about 3 hours this morning we spent.
Yeah, so
Wow.
you know, well, I was a little bit late, so I was a little I was running behind.
Just threw this on.
Yeah, no, it usually takes around, it depends kind of if you're in a hurry, it could be an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then if you get chatting, which we usually do.
And we like a little drink getting ready. And now, not to sound like an alcoholic,
Not
we
at
did not
this
drink
time,
this
not at
morning.
this time.
I had a cup of tea backstage, that was it.
true.
So, you know, a bit of gossiping, a bit of painting, it can take 3 hours.
I was fascinated how they glued my eyebrows down to my skin and then you draw on the new brow.
Yeah.
So stuff like that, it just takes so long.
You glue it.
doesn't it?
Yeah, well, you can use glue or you can use things like spirit gum, or it's kind of like special effects, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the basis of that, like.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of work in it, but it's, I suppose, just making it look easy is the difficult bit.
Yes, it all comes together, doesn't it? And
Usually.
Make it look easy, but
Usually.
it's not.
8 out of 10 times.
So when did drag start for you, Victoria?
16 years this October, and my
Wow.
sweet 16 is this year, and I'm definitely not sweet in any way.
Sarah.
And I fell into
More
it.
sour, okay.
I totally fell into it. I never set out to be still doing this 16 years later, or else I wouldn't have affiliated myself with a brand name for a start. And it's been a wild ride. We've done the most weirdest, craziest stuff, including being in drag at 10 in the morning or whatever time it is right now.
Yeah, a
on
little after
Saturday in
11,
your
but yeah.
studio.
On
Still
national
early.
TV. But how do you get into it? How do you take that first step? How do you tell your family, actually, I'm going to do this act on stage tonight in the local club? How does that work? Do you remember?
I didn't.
How
My
nerve-wracking?
mum found a bag of my drag stuff in my bedroom. She was like, okay, what's going on? We need to talk about this. And I was like, and I mean, those tights in that bag probably took her breath away because they had been sitting there all week. And she was like, what are you doing? And she didn't get it for a long time, kind of until she met you. And she was like,
she realized, oh, semi-normal.
yeah. And now she loves it. She's there every Pride in her own wig, you know, gin and tonic in hand,
drag.
going crazy.
And enjoying it.
Yeah.
And what was the scene like back then when you were getting into it? And particularly in Ireland, what was the
Well,
scene
the
like?
climate, I think, is very different now because everything is all about YouTube and Instagram and tutorials, whereas back then, like, we looked like bags of spuds. You know, it was like, there was no guidance.
no guidance.
But in a way, that was like, it was so much fun because you'd freedom to kind of
And
express
experiment,
yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, and make all the mistakes. Whereas now, you know, anyone could be a drag queen. You can go on YouTube and there's a step-by-step guide of how to do it. But I suppose it's just like staying the test of time and kind of charisma and connecting with people. That's what makes a good drag queen, I suppose.
And I think Ireland were early adopters to drag. Like Shirley Temple Bar was calling Telly Bingo
Yeah.
the guts of 20 years ago every week in drag. RTE2 had like a gay night. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Panty said a prayer to Dolly Parton. It was wild. I was like at home about like 16 going, what is this? What's going on? So yeah, like I think we've always been kind of ahead of the curve.
So we were more progressive than we might give ourselves credit for.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was going to ask what makes a good drag queen. I think there's a lot of different factors that
You've
make
got to be a good
drag queen.
performer. You've got to be funny,
so full of sass
entertaining,
and confidence.
do you have to be able to sing?
Not necessarily. It helps to have all skill sets. Like now, I'd be no Mariah Carey, but I'd give anything a bash.
But
Yeah, I can't
but-
even sing Happy Birthday.
No,
So.
she even lip syncs Happy Birthday. So yeah, no, but like as I said, there's lots of good drag queens, but there's way more bad drag queens. So it kind of outweighs.
And would you be very critical of those?
Oh, no.
No, never. Never.
It's not competitive, it's not.
No, me too. It's, you know, listen, everyone deserves their right and moment to shine. Just maybe not for a very long time.
Yeah, give them a chance, I suppose.
Everyone deserves a chance.
Cormac, you're not getting a look in here this morning. Apologies.
You never do next to Drag Queens, so I'm very used to it.
You're very used to it, aren't you? But tell us about the festival.
So yeah, we're kind of billing it as a big queer party to end the summer, and we're taking over the Royal Hospital Kilmainham for 2 days at the end of August, 17th and 18th, as you said. The lineup includes Lily Allen, Clean Bandit, Khalees, Gossip, Honey Dijon, kind of a troupe of local drag queens, including Victoria and Davina. We have Shirley Temple Bar, Veda, Paul Ryder. So we have a host of kind of local queer talent, and then Victoria is also going to be hosting Dragged Up, which will feature kind of some of the stars of RuPaul's Drag Race, from Lemonade Exchange to Laganja to Jujubee. Dublin Pride are going to do a Pride Parade through the site. So there'll be a lot of kind of queer performance, interesting LGBT performers.
Now, can I ask you a question? You see the way you're using queer, and it's even used in the title of the event.
Yes.
For me, growing up, that would have felt like a very derogatory word, but it's not now, is it?
Well, as I was growing up, I would have felt it was derogatory as well, but I
Yeah.
think the word has been reclaimed by the LGBT community as well, in a sense. I would identify as gay and a queer man, so yeah, I think it's been very much reclaimed as a word, and the community is now using it positively.
So there isn't that negative connotation to it anymore?
Not
hopefully.
personally, no, and I don't
Yeah.
think so, and I think that's kind of turning,
Good.
Okay, and so the first year of the festival, stellar lineup.
Yeah.
Pray for good weather. Is it outdoor in Kilmainham?
Outdoor, yeah, so 3 stages. We've got a main stage. They're all kind of outdoor, two tents, so that'll be indoor, but still in the festival setting. So 3 stages, main stage, the George are hosting a tent, and Mother will have a kind of a dance tent as well. So it's, it's all outdoors.
It's
Pray
an
for good weather.
incredible backdrop, isn't it, Kilmainham?
That's a beautiful setting.
It's just so dramatic,
it's
the whole
stunning.
setting,
It's
yeah.
grass though, and we like high heels.
grass
like
and
the higher
heels.
the better. So we're already trying to figure out what footwear we can
I
get
have
away
seen
with.
your wardrobe, I have seen your shoes. There's
could
nothing
rock a pair of
practical
wellies.
Like a sequin
about
welly.
anything you girls do.
I've seen wedge welly boots, so we might give them a go.
Festival wellies, yes, with a secret heel built in.
Yeah. You mentioned RuPaul. Is RuPaul a figure that everyone looks to as an icon?
Well, she is an icon, I suppose, like, and she's, you know, done a lot for drag and kind of brought it back into the mainstream. But RuPaul's knocking around like years, you know, kind of. She's kind of had the career went up, and then it kind of she was quiet for a while. But now the rise of the show is amazing, and it's done wonders for drag.
Yeah,
And
I think she's opened a lot of doors in areas that people didn't have access to before. She did music, talk shows,
Yeah.
the current new talk show she's doing. There's a brand new Netflix show. I mean, that's a career to be envious of. And also, it's kind of given everyone else we can do that too. Why not?
Yeah, it's inspirational, isn't it?
yeah, she's kind of broke through the ceiling, I suppose, of it. Groundbreaking, some might say.
Okay. Aidan, are you ready for what's to come?
Oh, what's to come, Hannah?
I think these girls are going to put you through your paces. Is that true?
All I'll say is I'm waxed and ready.
Well, that makes one of us.
It involves high heels, I can tell you that for sure.
Yes, that's all.
Your shoe size was sent through, wasn't it?
Don't reveal my shoe size. I'll reveal my ankles, but not my shoe size.
Huge.
Yes, we'll do that shortly.
Cormac, Davina and Victoria, thank you very much.
Thank
We're not
you.
letting you go just yet. But tickets for Love Sensation are on sale now, and you can check out ticketmaster.ie for the details.
So up next, Victoria and Davina have challenged me to walk in high heels. Stick around to see how I get on and break my ankle.